welcome aboard to the Science Digest Show. Science Digest Show proudly supported by or powered by SMC Consult. So much for Christ. SMC Consult to the end of the world. SMC Consult, you can reach us on the number 054-859-3815. We are into science advocacy and consultancy, medical advocacy and consultancy, IT, information technology, digital marketing, and publications. We are also supported on this very show by Brainwork Educational Consult. Brainwork Educational Consult teaches and provides consultancy services to students right from the GSS level to the secondary cycle and then also to the tertiary. You can hit them on the number 0554-459-7625, 0554-459-7625, and you can get also SAT skills from them, and you can write your aptitude test for going to the United States. Okay, so we are also supported by Aspire Drinking Water, 020-556-4432, 020-556-4432. What is your aspiration in life? Drink Aspire mineral water and you'll be there. We are closed by Fair Clothing on the number 0242 117725, 0242 117725. On the show today, we have an interesting guest. He's a pharmacist, of course, and a research pharmacist to that matter. And he's in the person of no other than Boateng Alex, and he's a Presecant and other year to that effect. He went to Presec, and then he also continued to KNUST. He'll tell us more about himself. Welcome to the show, Alex.
Oh, thank you very much, Solomon. Dr. Solomon Bediako.
Yeah. So who's Alex?
Oh yeah, actually Alex Boateng is a research pharmacist, like you rightly said, and I had most of my elementary education and basic education in Koforidua, and then had my second cycle education in Presec, Dagon.
Okay.
Yes, and then I continued to further my education by pursuing a course in pharmacy. Yeah, okay. And then did a Bachelor of Pharmacy for my first degree, and after which I continued to do my master's in the field of pharmaceutical chemistry. And during the master's, I rendered services as a graduate research assistant to assist the lecturers in the laboratory schedules. Yeah, taking the students through laboratory experiments and then teaching them, tutoring them, helping them in their projects, especially the final year students. Before, as part of the partial fulfillment to be awarded the degree, the doctor of pharmacy degree, you would have to do a project in fourth year. Yeah, so we are therefore mandated as graduate research assistants to help the students and then take them through their projects for them to be able to develop passion in it, and then also to reduce the difficulties that will be encountered during their projects.
Wow. So tell us about your undergrad life. What was the high moments and undergrad life, the number of courses you had to do? Tell us. I want to know more about pharmacy today.
Wow. Pharmacy used to be scary. It used to be scary, especially the Bachelor of Pharmacy. Trust me, there is a vast difference. There's a vast difference between the workload for Bachelor of Pharmacy and the workload for Doctor of Pharmacy. The Bachelor of Pharmacy, trust me, life at the faculty was like a non-stop. It was like a non-stop action movie. No commercial breaks. It was just it was just free flowing like water.
Wow.
The action was non-stop. Trust me. And sometimes even a semester we could do like 13 courses, sometimes 13 to 14 courses a semester. Okay. And then that during our time we used to do actual laboratory exams. You do an oral session where there will be an interview, and then you will be you have to conduct an interview and then be granted an oral examination. Yeah, exactly. Okay. And so it was actually it entailed a lot. Some people were really good in the theory, but then when it comes to the oral aspects, you see them shaking and fumbling. Okay. It even came to a time some of our colleagues were even collapsing on stage during their oral sessions. So it wasn't. Oh yeah.
Wow.
It was really tedious. Wow. And the number of reports the number of reports you'll be writing. Sometimes you can have like 2 to 3 reports to submit.
To submit.
Yes, to submit on a particular day. And trust me, it wasn't really easy. It was really stressful. Yes, but then it was, you know, they were really exciting times. And actually, for one of my top moments, I would say, you know, in terms of the academics aspects, actually, in first year, I think we had a midterm on this particular course, sterilization and disinfection.
Sterilization and disinfection.
Sterilization and disinfection. Yeah, I'm sure you remember. Yes, and for that particular midterm, I think for that particular midterm, I had the highest score. Yes, and that is yeah. So it was like I was in the lab, and then people didn't really know me then. So I think one of my mates came to tell me, and she was like, "Whoa, Alex, it's like people are really searching for you, and you know you're trying to know who you are." Yeah, by virtue of that. So that was for sterilization, disinfection, and also for biochemistry midterm. Yeah, I had a higher score. Yeah, in that. So I would say actually those were one of my top moments during the undergrad days.
Okay, that's very nice to know, and we would like to know that what are the courses, the breakdown courses within the 4-year program? 4 years, right? It used to be 4 years before 6 years.
Yeah.
So what were some of the courses that mankind had to know, let's say for first year, so that the freshers who are coming would know, okay, so pharmacy involves this, that, or maybe the various departments. Yeah.
Okay. You know, actually for the first year, there'll be a whole lot of, you know, courses in anatomy and physiology. Anatomy and physiology talks about, you know, the human parts. The anatomy talks about the human parts, like and how the human parts, you know, the arrangements and how they are, you know, they're just the organization and the structure of the various systems, the organs, the tissues, the cells, and the various systems here. And then the physiology talks about the function, how they function, like the role of the various, and how they function together as an organization. Yes. So basically that was anatomy and physiology. And then you also pursue, and they'll also be running courses for basic pharmaceutical chemistry.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Where the students will have to, you know, have some, they have to really get well acquainted with some inorganic chemistry. Like it's just a little bit of an upgrade on the chemistry they did at the senior high school level. Yeah. So inorganic chemistry, and then organic chemistry. That's where the students talk about, you know, where the students will be taking through courses and various reactions benzene can undergo. You know, the electrophilic aromatic substitution reactions and then the nucleophilic aromatic substitution reactions. Yeah. And then where the students get to know calculate structures and then the various reactions of benzene, then the various reactions of the other functional groups, how to synthesize them, you know, aldol condensation, Cannizzaro reactions, all those organic reactions, the students will get used to them. So, you know, actually pharmacy, the chemistry aspect of it is really interesting and involving. And then most times people are really scared of pharmacy. Yeah, most times people are really scared of pharmacy because of the chemistry aspect. But then the issue is you have to, you know, if you really have passion for what you want to be in the future, you just have to be well adept. Just have to be well adept to the conditions. Nothing good comes easy. So you just have to practice. And the more you practice, the more you know, be very conversant with
the things,
the flow.
Interesting.
The things, yeah. And we also did courses under dispensing, you know, for the pharmaceutics aspect. You know, when it comes to pharmacy, there are about 5 departments. You know, we have the Department of Pharmaceutical Chemistry, Department of Pharmacognosy, Department of Pharmacology, Department of Pharmaceutics and Microbiology, and also the Clinical and Social Pharmacy Department, and even Herbal Medicine. Yes. So actually, for the Department of Pharmacology, for first year, we did anatomy and physiology. And for the Department of Pharmaceutical Chemistry, for first year, you do basic inorganic chemistry for the first semester. And for the second semester, basic organic chemistry.
that why you
And
do the
then
aspirin
for
and all that, double
the
indicator, back
aspirin, the
titrations,
double
and
indicator, the back titration, and those titration
wow,
stuffs.
interesting,
Not
interesting.
easy.
Very good
You remember
flashbacks.
during exactly. You remember during our time we used to do the actual both mid sem and then the end of sem.
Exactly. Yes, you do it both
Yeah,
mid
but
and
now
end of sem.
it seems it's not like that for the current crop of students. Although I wouldn't
Okay.
say the system now is not really that effective. It is still effective, but then
Okay.
our time was really tedious as compared to
Tedious. I understand.
yes. Mm-hmm.
I can really relate with that. Okay, so
But now the atmosphere is much more relaxing
it's
compared to
friendly. I
those times. It's very friendly. It's very friendly.
I think the training wasn't bad at all. Though maybe you didn't get time to visit a lot of friends that much back in the day,
No,
but
exactly. It really cost me. It cost me
some
some
friendship build
potential
there.
relationships, and then yeah. But
Oh,
then trust me, well, we just have to move on, and because that
exactly.
that's my life. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
main
yeah,
reason why I'm in
yeah,
school. So of
yeah.
course I can't make sure anything comes in to jeopardize the progress of my
Exactly, exactly,
yeah
exactly the
my
point.
education. Yeah.
Interesting, interesting. So
Mm.
let's move to master's level.
Okay.
Before that,
Yeah.
before
For
that,
mhm.
so that means that you're telling us that the backbone for pharmacy is chemistry. Is that what you're trying to tell us?
Is chemistry.
Okay, so
Even listen, even in biochemistry, pharmacology. In pharmacology, we you be learning the pharmacodynamics and then pharmacokinetics.
okay,
Yes, even before a drug will be able to exert its action to elicit a response in the body, there's some chemistry which occurs.
okay.
So virtually, there's chemistry in everything. There's chemistry in everything. That's me.
Wow,
Yes.
interesting.
So chemistry is the overall the core and the most important. I wouldn't, irrespective of much respect to the other courses, yes. But
Yeah,
then to me, I'm not being biased just because I pursued it in the field of chemistry. But then that's the whole truth. Chemistry is the backbone of pharmacy.
sure. So what will be your definition for chemistry?
Of
Sorry, I
course.
put you on the spot. It's part of the game, man. What will be your definition for chemistry?
Chemistry is the study of the nature of and the interactions of matter.
Okay,
So more like uh, how do I even put it? So it's more like interactions, the study of the matter and the components of matter
okay,
and the various interactions matter can undergo. So you know that
okay,
matter, like let's say substance A is matter, it can react to substance B, so it can interact with substance B to produce what a different substance. Yes,
okay.
so it's more like the everything
Mm-hmm.
involved in that.
And
Yes,
that's okay.
so yeah,
Wow.
to
So that's a
yeah.
nice one there.
Actually, even this is not the most definitive definition for it, but then
It
that's
passes. It
the
passes for
yeah,
definition.
it
Yeah.
passes. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. That's a nice one there to pick you on the spot. Anyway, so I know you you did your masters in KNUST. Tell us more about
Mm-hmm.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, for the master's program in KNUST used to be a Master of Science program.
Okay.
Yes, and then they had to convert it to a Master of Philosophy.
Interesting.
Yes. So for that, the viewers can go and find out the difference between Master of Science and Master of
Master
Philosophy.
of
That's the
Philosophy.
assignment.
Okay, so viewers, you heard him right. From Pharmacist
Yes.
Alex, research Pharmacist Alex, he says you can find the difference between
Mhm.
MPhil and MSc or Master of
And
Science and then Master of
the Master of
Philosophy.
Philosophy.
Okay.
Yes. So actually, I pursued uh, a course for the master's level. I pursued a course in Master of Master of Philosophy in Pharmaceutical Chemistry.
Okay.
Yes. So as I said earlier, like I said, pharmaceutical chemistry is one of the main branches in
Okay.
pharmacy.
Okay.
Yes. And then even for my undergrad level, I did a project in pharmaceutical chemistry.
Okay.
So then I went on to pursue a master's degree in pharmaceutical chemistry. I just want to have that sort of correlation. That okay, for the undergrad I pursued chemistry. So then, and since I still have passion for chemistry, let me just continue with the masters and also for the
Okay.
PhD.
That's fine.
Yes. So for the Master of Philosophy program, actually for the first year, the students are enrolled. That's part of the curriculum. Part of the curriculum, students are to be enrolled through 1 year of taught courses. So we'll be doing some taught courses with some credit hours. Yes, and there were. It wasn't really as packed as that of the undergrads. Yes, but then we still met the lecturers during some days of the week, and then they'll be taking us through some of the courses, giving us handouts, assignments, and then projects. Yes, so that will be for the first year. So after you completed the first year, you write an exam, and then you move on to the second year to do your project. So basically, the projects, you have just 1 year to do the projects.
Okay.
Yes, so ideally, the project is supposed to be done within a year. And the Master of Philosophy program is supposed to be a 2-year program. So the first year, taught courses, and then second year, projects. Yes. So Dr. Joseph Edu, I'm sure, I don't know if you know him.
Yeah, I remember him, Dr. Edu.
Yeah, Dr. Edu. Yeah, Dr. Joseph Edu was my supervisor at the undergrad level, and then also at the master's level. Yes, and we did a lot. We did quite some good works together. And he's a very, very charismatic, one of the most charismatic personalities I've ever come across. And he was really understanding, and he really helped me throughout my course during the undergrad and also during the master's level.
Okay.
Yes. So for the undergrad, I did a topic under analytical chemistry.
Okay.
Yes. In pharmaceutical chemistry, you can have the medicinal chemistry aspects and then also the analytical chemistry aspects.
Okay.
Yes. So for the undergrad level, I actually did a project on analytical chemistry where I analyzed low-dose dispersible aspirin and then did some stability studies.
Low-dose dispersible aspirin. What does it mean?
Aspirin,
for my viewers' sake, what does it mean?
Low-dose dispersible. Dispersible means that it can easily be dispersed in water. Dispersed is more like to be dissolved, like something like that. So it can easily be dissolved. And then it's a low dose. Low dose means that the amount of the active ingredient in the tablets is low. There are various doses of aspirin. You can have the 300 milligram. You can have the 300 milligram, and then you can have even the 150 milligram. Yes, and then we have the 75 milligram. Yes. So basically, the 75 milligram is mostly, taken by the the adults, the old patients. We help in the relief of pain, and then also to help in decreasing the propensity of, getting heart disease or getting stroke and the like. Yes. So that's the main purpose for the 75 milligram. And then for the higher doses, they're mostly taken as an analgesic. That's the principal purpose. Yes. So I actually analyzed the low dose dispersible aspirin. Low dose means what? Is it relatively, that's the minimum dose amongst the various dose categories of the aspirin. And then dispersible means it can easily be dispersed. It should be dispersed in water before it is administered by the patient.
Okay. Yes. You said something about analgesics. What is it?
Yeah, analgesic means anti-pain.
Okay.
Anti-pain. Yes. So anything that can help to reduce pain is an analgesic. Yes. So most of the times, a drug that is able to relieve pain when administered by the patient is classified as an analgesic. Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
And then aside being analgesic, aspirin also has other roles.
They play,
like anti-inflammatory. Yeah, anti-inflammatory. And then
Okay, that's nice and interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
So I analyzed the aspirin using the back titration method.
Okay.
And then and I did some stability studies on it as well. And then
tell us about back titration.
Some good results.
Just a little.
I'm sure.
the concept behind back titration?
Yeah, actually, the concept behind back titration is based on the fact that it's difficult to analyze some compounds via direct titration.
Okay.
It's difficult to analyze some compounds via direct titration.
Okay.
So the back titration concept helps to factor in the accuracy in determining or in analyzing such compounds, and aspirin happens to be one of those compounds. So for the back titration, it's different from the direct titration. For the back titration, you need to perform a blank determination. Yes, a blank determination, and then also an actual determination with the sample and the drug itself.
So actual
Yes.
determination we may understand, but what is blank determination?
Yeah, actually, the blank determination is more like, let's say you want to directly assay aspirin, but then you know that when you dissolve aspirin in, let's say, in a particular solvent, yes, when you dissolve aspirin in a particular solvent, it will be difficult for you to analyze it directly. Yes, so first of all, you do a blank determination on that particular solvent.
And how do you go about it?
Or it's more like, you first of all, sometimes in making that particular solvent, there could be some, like aspirin is an acid, so there could be a base in it that can also react with some amount of the aspirin.
That's it. Okay.
You get it? Yes. So actually, when you are preparing the sample is prepared such that aspirin is dissolving in something. It's dissolving in something, like let's say a solvent or something, and that something that aspirin is dissolving can react with it. Is that okay? So when it reacts with the aspirin, there will be excess of that particular solvent, or there will be excess of that particular reagent. So it's the excess of that particular reagent that you are going to titrate against the titrant or what you want to use to analyze it. So let's say if that's, so let's say that reagent is basic in nature for you to be able to react with the aspirin. So it reacts with it and there will be excess of it. And now that excess of it you would titrate it with hydrochloric acid. Is that okay? Because already we've explained that the reagent has to be basic in nature. So with that, you'll be able to get some titer values. And then also you titrate the hydrochloric acid against that reagent without aspirin. Yes, is that okay? So that with that you'll be able to determine the amount of the aspirin that reacted with the reagent during the preparation of the sample.
So that'll be achieved by subtraction, eh?
By subtraction, simple subtraction. Okay. Yes. So basically, that's the whole concept behind the back titration. Okay. Yeah, and it can even be employed in analysis of certain components of cement and other useful applications. So,
okay.
So
that's interesting. That's a nice one. Yeah. You should know that you're a great chemistry lecturer in the making. So now PhD, which country are you?
Thank you. Okay, and for my masters, I actually did a project under medicinal chemistry. Medicinal chemistry is the other arm of pharmaceutical chemistry. Okay. Yes, and for medicinal chemistry too, there are two main arms. You have the discovery of drugs from the natural resources or from the natural origins, like from plants, from microbes, from animals, and then also the discovery of drugs by synthesis. Okay. Yes, by synthesis. So let's say for the discovery of drugs by synthesis, how aspirin itself came into emergence. It is via the synthetic medicinal chemistry aspect. Okay. Yes. So basically, there was the ethnopharmacological uses of the willow bark back in the days. Okay. That the folks used to boil it and then use the extract and use the extract to treat pain. Like you drink the extract to help in the relief of headache, and then but then they realized that the extract from the willow bark has some side effects as well. So scientists sat down and they were like, then we need to explore this willow bark. We need to find out the chemical component in it, which is actually accounting for its analgesic activity or its analgesic potential. So they did an isolation. So they were able to isolate the salicylic acid from the willow bark extracts. Yes, and on isolating it, they looked at the structure. After isolating it, they structurally elucidated the compound to be able to get the structure of the salicylic acid.
I'm hearing a new word. Elucidated. What does it mean?
Elucidated. Elucidation means like sort of trying to discover. How do I put it? To elucidate something, to verify,
Okay.
something.
Okay.
Okay, so it's more like verifying the structure. You want to find out what's
more details.
More details, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, more details about its structure, its structural composition, the functional groups present on it, what is actually accounting for its analgesic activity, and what functional groups are actually responsible for its side effects. So they looked at the structure of the salicylic acid and they realized that, okay, it has a free hydroxy group. So this hydroxy group could be what is responsible for the gastric irritation, which the patients normally experience as a side effect on drinking the extract of the willow bark. So they decided to modify the hydroxy group. They did several trials and then they realized that the acetal group happens to be the best group to protect the hydroxy group, and that is how come aspirin came about. Acetyl salicylic acid, aspirin. And so that's the synthetic aspect. So I actually did the drug discovery form of the natural resources from the plants. So I isolated some compounds from a particular plant, and then structurally sedated the compound, and then perform some bioassays. Bioassay means more like investigating the biological activity of that particular compound, and then on the extracts. Yeah, so that's what I did for my master's level.
Interesting.
That's my master's project.
Interesting. Before we move to your PhD, we are supported by graphically and then medially by Pandit Photography and then Therapics. And then also, we are also assisted and sponsored by Aspire Drinking Water. Any aspiration, if you want to be a pharmacist like Alex, drink Aspire Drinking Water. If you want to be
sure.
If you want to be a great scientist, anything you want to be, a banker, anything, Aspire Drinking Water will nourish your system, keep your system at a constant body temperature, and cool it down for you as well. You can reach Aspire Drinking Water on 020-556-4432. We're also supported by EPP Books. EPP Books has done a lot for us for SMC Consult and Science Digest Show, and they give us a lot of books for our post. But Alex is not in Ghana. I would have given a biochemistry book, but I don't know how it is. Maybe I'll try and get a soft copy version for him. So,
sure.
EPP Books, you can reach them on the number 054 0120 054 Lastly, 054 0120 Also, you can reach EPP online. They have a store now, kasua.store. The Kasua is spelled KASUWAH can reach them there for all your book needs. They have an eatery where you can sit down and have meetings with your friends and start up a business and all that. They have a playground called New Zealand where kids can be brought there to play and parents can go to work because they have people who are good caretakers for your kids and you come and pick them on time. We are also supported by good and sustainable medical outreach. What is your medical outreach you want to do for your company, your institution, your community? Just reach good and sustainable medical outreach on the number 024803 1796 024803 1796. Last but one or penultimately, we are also supported by Advocate Healthcare. Advocate Healthcare can be reached on the number 027 282 4560 Meditouch Physiotherapy. You can reach Meditouch Physiotherapy on the number 054 264 8527 or 020 349 020-349-9330. Now, medical physiotherapy has got to do with all your pains and muscle pains and joint function, as Alex was talking about anatomy and analgesics. So you can reach medical physiotherapy. They are opposite the Tema Women's Hospital in Tema Community 11, and then you can reach them on the numbers that I just provided. And they're in the same building with Rabito Clinic in Community 11. We're also supported by professional bread makers. Professional bread makers provide you with bread for breakfast, for brunch, for meetings, and all entertainment programs that you may host. You can reach them on the number 024 158 75 82, 024 158 7582. Pandit Photography and Therapics, you can reach them on these two numbers: 054 404 8075, 055 404 8075, or Therapics on the number 054 218 4119, 054 218 4119. Be it a graduation, be it a program, wedding, naming ceremony, who knows, anything, Pandit Photography and Therapics have also got your back. And then that's how we are brought on the show. And every time around, these sponsors do an incredible work. If you want to sponsor the Science Digest show, or you want to contribute your quota to scientific learning and education, maybe you're a science startup, you're a company startup, you're a company that's been settled down, or you want to propagate science, you can reach us on the number 054 859 3815, 054 859 3815. SMC Consult of the Science Digest show to the ends of the world. This show is going global. Right now we've taken Ghana to Japan and brought Japan to Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
So Alex, yeah, PhD.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's roll.
Okay. So through my rendering of services, the department as a graduate research assistant, I had the opportunity to get the PhD scholarship. That's actually the MEST PhD scholarship. MEST means Ministry of Education, Youth, Sports, Trade, and Technology.
Okay.
For Japan. Yes, so it's
Wow.
actually a scholarship that is given by these ministries from Japan towards
Okay.
students who would like to, pursue their doctorates and even master's degree in Japan. Japan is trying to, try and form more affiliations with more African countries, and then also to help expose their culture to more people. So that's actually one of the initiatives behind the MEST PhD scholarships. Yes, so I actually won that, and then even before that, I wrote a GRE and tried to apply for schools outside in case I didn't get the MEST PhD scholarship. But then I had good scores in the GRE, of course,
Okay.
but then I had a PhD scholarship in Japan, and then also the most important thing why I chose to come here is based on the fact that I'm fond of Japan. I really like their culture, and also my supervisor. Actually, I went through some of his published works, and I realized that most of them are really actually in line with my field of interest.
Okay.
Yes, sometimes it's very, very difficult for you to be able to get what you actually have passion for to pursue for doctorate degree. Sometimes you do a master of philosophy program in chemistry, and then for the doctorate degree you go and get something like pharmacology or other courses. You see, sometimes then it becomes very difficult. But then for me, I had my supervisor also in my field, and then most of his works were very interesting. I realized, okay, then let me just stick to this Japan plan. Yes.
Okay.
So yeah. So through that, I had this MEST scholarship. We actually wrote. We did an exam. We had an oral examination, an interview session. It was Skyped.
Okay.
And then we had some. We had good scores, high scores, and we passed. And we had our results by I think June 2019.
Wow.
Yes. So we started making preparations to travel, and then we came here by God's grace somewhere around September last year.
Okay.
September 26th. And
Okay.
we started a PhD journey here.
Wow. So your PhD is into what?
It's a PhD in medicinal chemistry, the molecular design aspects of drug discovery via organic synthesis.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah, so it's more like employing various organic chemical reactions to design new molecular models that would have some bioactivity. Bioactivity means having some biological activities or having some biological potential.
Okay.
So we design various models, and then we also look at trying to develop an efficient and a cost-effective, simpler method compared to the conventional methods, compared to the conventional synthetic methods in synthesizing these new molecular models, which hopefully should be bioactive.
Okay.
So
That's fine. That's
yeah,
fine. So that means you're
and
contributing to science and you're contributing to health at the same time.
at the same time, exactly.
Wow.
So contribution to science in the aspect of trying to bring about new methods, and then
Mm-hmm.
to help the aspect of trying to bring about new compounds that would also have, some biological activity to help reduce the burden on the conventional compounds or those ones which are already in the system. Yes.
Interesting.
And we all know the menace of antimicrobial resistance,
Mm-hmm.
right? Yes, antibiotic and antimicrobial resistance. So
Yeah.
it is therefore imperative for research scientists to do more work, do more research, try to discover more compounds. But to come to a time, even the most effective antibiotic that is very effective against most of the microbial infections now wouldn't be really effective. Yeah, it
Interesting.
will come to a time. So it means that more work has to be done, continuous work has to be done to come out with what new
New
and
ways.
effective and more powerful, yes, more powerful antibiotics, and then not just antibiotics, analgesics, and then other classes of drugs. Yeah.
That's a nice one there. So when should we
Mm-hmm.
expect? Okay, so I can make a powerful statement. Chemistry is Alex. Alex is chemistry. True or false?
Oh, true. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then the second one is when should we expect a Nobel Prize from Alex Boateng, research pharmacist?
Oh, it's in the pipeline. It's in the pipeline because,
Okay.
of course, so far I have two publications. I have two
Okay.
publications out. One publication is in the Journal of Investigative and Medicinal Chemistry, Journal of Investigative Medicinal Chemistry and Pharmacology. Yes, Journal of Investigative Medicinal Chemistry
I
and
love
Pharmacology.
pharmacology. It just made me
Exactly.
remember DDO, Dr. Brie,
DDO. Oh, the late
the late
DDO.
other dear
Yeah,
Dr. Brie. We are proud of him
he used to
and
be
his family.
very,
Yeah.
very proud of him. Or that day, very proud of
Yeah.
him. He used to be our favorite pharmacology teacher, even anatomy
Yeah.
and pharmacology.
Exactly. Exactly.
May his blessed soul rest in perfect peace.
Yeah. He
He
taught
has
a
really
lot
made
of
the
things.
other dear fraternity proud. He taught a
Yeah.
lot.
One key area I remember is how do you call this? Digoxin, and then also immunology, and then
Yeah,
there was another area that he taught. I want to remember. I'll share here.
glucocorticoids.
Glucocorticoids.
Yeah,
Glucocorticoids.
glucocorticoids. He used to mention that name a lot.
Yes, and then the RAS system, renin,
And then,
angiotensin,
yeah, the raining
aldosterone,
angiotensin.
yeah,
Oh,
aldosterone,
aldosterone,
angiotensin
Oh, nice,
system.
nice,
Yeah.
nice, nice.
So we
But
miss
as you
him.
see, when you're learning, when you're going through the handouts,
Yeah,
just you'll be hearing the
the
sound of
voice, his voice,
the voice, and
yeah, it
then
still
it makes it
resonates.
really interesting.
The
It
way he
resonates
talks about
exactly.
it, he's going to make it simple. He brags about
Make
making
it
it
very, very
simple
simple.
and all that. I mean, his class was
Oh,
his class was actually edutaining. Edutaining was his
very,
class.
very entertaining and
Yeah,
action packed. And
action
yeah,
packed.
it
Yeah,
was never a boring moment with him.
never a boring moment.
Then,
With that,
we hope that you'll be able to replicate his academic
yeah, we have to lift up the
feats, and then
yeah
also, yeah,
and do the
sure,
same.
and make
Yeah,
up for the that dear fraternity very proud.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's zoom into that day. So I know Alex and I were in the same class. Our surnames begin
Mm-hmm.
with B, so we came after each other in the class register, and almost we came after each other almost also on the score sheets. Yeah, so
It
from
was
the day I could to Boateng,
a massive competition.
it was a
It
massive
was easy.
competition. Shout out to
The
the H class
best size.
2011.
Shout out H class 2011.
Yeah,
The
with the
best
two
size
head
class in
boys.
Pesek.
With the two head boys,
Uh,
Jonathan, Aloti Papo, and then
Jonathan,
Smen,
Aloti, and then Smith.
Joshua Smen.
Yeah,
Yeah, the two J
yeah.
boys. I mean,
Actually, our class
Jonathan,
was a class of school prefects, a class of like
exactly,
most. Yeah, so it was.
exactly.
Trust
With our
me,
class
it was
captain
easy.
Ferdinand, Martin,
Ferdinand,
Robert,
Martin,
Jeff Saki.
Ferdinand is. I even keep in touch with Ferdinand recently.
Really?
He's in Korea now.
Yes, in
Yeah,
Korea. Yeah, so Martin
yeah.
Apia Dankwa and the other guys.
Matilapia Dankwa and then
Mate,
Mati,
Nelson,
Gideon Podonu,
Podonu, Ajete,
Podonu,
and Apiedu Mensah Francis, and all the other
Apiedu,
boys.
yeah.
Francis Amrado, all the other boys. Nebu, Emmanuel Misa.
Nebu, Emmanuel Misa, and then Odami and Co.
Jamba, Isaac Ade or something.
Yeah,
and then
Ade entry, Daniel Ade entry.
Yeah, and then David Ashon Katai, Daniel Darko.
Ashon Katai, yeah,
all those boys, and then
all those boys.
Isaac
Isaac Gia left us before
D2.
Before competing,
for D2.
For D2, yes, and also left Pesek before even writing the.
So I think he went to Russia.
I also have his contact.
Oh, okay.
I also have his contact as well.
Oh, then you share it with me. Or Hene Bright.
Sure. Hene Bright.
And shout out to Mr. Amos, our math teacher.
Mr. Amos. He was an incredible, very, very, very incredible guy.
You're going to say something about him, right?
He used to instill the competitive spirit in us.
Yeah, that's true. And he made maths also very simple.
Very, very simple.
You're going to say something about Hene Bright?
Oh yeah. I was like, sometimes in a class of, like almost even sometimes the last person in our class could top other science classes. Other classes. So it was like the tension. The tension. I tell you, heaven on it. Like the tension there was really, really, really. It was really saturated and really high. So sometimes you need some people to help balance, the game.
Exactly.
People who try and make the class lively, like silencer. This thing. Silencer or Hene Bright. Yes. So those people made the class like interesting and helped use the picture. So I think when somewhere around third year, we were more like brothers
together,
now.
Exactly.
I think we're more united, and that also helped us in the WASI.
Yeah, and then we had an interesting biology teacher along the way, unannounced Prince Bosu. Unannounced. Give me the title Persevering Scholar. Interesting, unannounced. And then we had a funny ICT teacher, Hot Cake.
No, man, I don't even know where he is now.
I think I'll be interviewing Mr. Williams soon on networking or something.
Mr. Williams. He's even a friend of mine on Facebook. We keep in touch occasionally. He really helped.
We like the spirit, and he helped us with win the first ICT quiz.
It was
cool.
John Cote, and then O'Hara.
And all the other boys. I remember the ICT
actually
the test.
Look how much we're all this thing. We're all like poised to win the major competitions in even the Bella.
Oh, of course, the science and math quiz. So 10 years down the line, they should wait for us. Our ancestors are coming.
We have to. Yeah,
we are coming to win. Our progeny is coming to win. Our kids are coming. And this year we are coming like Akai.
You're coming. How for this year? They should expect. I've already made a post that they should expect something big. Saying basically going to win the competition is an understatement. And we are not only going to win, we are going to destroy schools. So they should anticipate.
Giant slayers. We are coming to slay them. So I want you to give some shout outs to your loved ones, and then we wrap up.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I want to, give a big shout out to my family, my father and my mother, Mr. Alex Boateng. My father is also called Alex Boateng. So Mr. Alex Boateng, Mrs. Peace Boateng, and then to my siblings, Obed Boateng, Divine Boateng, Gipsy Boateng, Benedicta Boateng, and Vivian Boateng.
There are lots like that. Wow.
And then also to my elder brothers and my other sisters, and to my Pesek fraternity, because you know that aside the family, there's a saying, or it's even a fact that aside the family, the second brotherhood or the second family we normally make is at the SHS level. Your housemates, and then even those that you were with in class. So shout out to Akro House members, members, the Bumpy riders.
Okay.
Shout out to Natalia Adams, Gideon Podonu, and then the other guys. Shout out to them, or this guy Dati, I think Frederick Dati, and cool. Yeah, Razak, Emmanuel Day, and the boys Francois.
Francois, how about Leo?
Leo too. And then Francois, then Edupoku Frank, who won the overall best Wasi student in 2009, and also the Bella for us. He really made us proud. So a big shout out to him as well.
How about
and then a big shout out to Sabo.
Harold.
Harold. I think he was a year ahead of us. No, I can't really mention all their names, but then at least just a few of them. They know that, of course, I give a big shout out to them all. And then also to my pharmacy squad, the boys, to Isaiah and co. A big shout out to them all. Isaiah was my roomie. Victor Kumbo to a very good Providence. Martin and then cool. A big shout out to them all. And then also to my department of pharmaceutical chemistry, the lecturers, Dr. S.O. Bequin. Dr. Bequin is now the head of he's now the head of departments in pharmaceutical chemistry. He also helped a lot in facilitating the scholarship attainment. And then also Dr. Samuel Asari in cancer. I'm sure you remember him.
Dr. Ankansa, I remember him.
Dr. Ankansa.
Activity.
Yes, and then
activity.
He used to really criticize us on the pH calculation and those
buffer and all that,
buffer preparations, And then also to Dr. Joseph Edu, who supervised my undergrad and then master's work. A big shout out to him. And then to Dr. Yensu, Dr. Abda, and the professors, Professor Kwache, Professor Kwache of pharmaceutical chemistry. And then also to Dr. KBM, Dr. Kwesi Boedu, Dr. Kwesi Boedu Mensa. He's in pharmacology, but then he's also a good friend of mine. And in terms of advising, and then he's a very, very humble guy, and at least he's an inspiration to us all. Because despite all his achievements, he still, come down to our level and then mingle with us. To tell us a lot about life. So big shout out to him, Dr. KBM, Kwesi Boedu, Mensa, and to the dean of the faculty and to the vice chancellor.
My mom, Professor Dixon.
Professor Rita Dixon. A big
She's an Evans.
Big shout out to them all.
She's an Evans.
And then also Prof. Yeboah Mensa, Prof. Abraham, Prof. Abraham Yeboah Mensa, Prof. AY, of pharmacognosy. He's also been a bit helpful, and he recently, followed me on ResearchGate. ResearchGate is a platform for most researchers who have publications. ResearchGate. So people can access my publications on ResearchGate, and then also people can access my publications via my LinkedIn profile. You can just Google Alex Boateng Research Pharmacist, and then the LinkedIn profile will pop up, and then you can just search for me there, or you can download the LinkedIn app and then search for Alex Boateng Research Pharmacist, and I'll come and you can add me.
I also like to give some shout outs to Dr. Cynthia Menin Dankwa, my mom,
Doctor, I forgot to mention his name. Dr. Cynthia Menin Dankwa. He really supported me during the masters, especially when I had to do the bio activities. I did almost most of. Undisputed. Big. He's the best.
She's female science
lecturer.
A whole lot. And she helped bring from D to Ghana. So kudos to her. Kudos to her.
To me, it's like a goddess. She's like a goddess. She's like a goddess.
I'll be coming to
incredible achievement, unmatched. Oh, nice. I did most of my bio activities during the master's level in her lab, and she was very, very, very helpful and advised me and even encouraged me to pursue my PhD, and also helped me in bringing about my PhD topic. Yes.
You forgot to say shout outs to Oman and then Mahmoud. Mahmoud and then
Mahmoud Oman.
Oman.
Yeah, Mahmoud
And then
Oman.
the other one, I forgot his name. He was also a chemistry, but he wasn't too tall. He wasn't too tall. He was also a TA.
Is it
Oman's good friend, but he's not too tall. I've forgotten his name. He had a first class
Cedric.
like Mahmoud.
Cedric.
I think Cedric also, yeah.
Yeah,
No, Cedric
Cedric
was tall. Cedric was rather tall.
okay.
Another one who wasn't too tall.
Oh, okay. Then I'm not really sure.
Sure, no problem. It's been
Yeah,
about
no problem.
since 2015 thereabout, so it's been about 4 years and counting now.
Oh yes, yeah.
So
Yeah.
forgive us
So
if we
big
don't
and big
remember.
shout out to all my Cove Town
Yay!
niggas,
Yay!
Isaac Andolfo, like a few of my basic school squad. A few
Tell
of
us
the
about
boys
your
are very,
basic
very
school. Tell us
supportive.
about your basic school.
Oh yeah, Pentecost Preparatory School in
Okay.
Koforidua, and then we competed in 2007.
Okay.
Yes, and of course I was the best student of my batch, and I had some. Oh yeah, so I had some few friends: Daniel Entry, Daniel Abrokwa, Isaac Andolfo, and then some other guys who have, and of course Ajeti, yeah, and some other guys who have been with me, Sam Ojima, yeah, and they've all been supportive even up to now. We keep in touch, and yeah, and some of them are also doing their own stuff. So big shout out to them all, and then God bless their hustle. God bless.
Sure. So Pentecost used to compete against Madonna. That was the Koforidua UEFA Champions League, right?
Oh yeah, but Madonna, we always beat them. I don't know.
Jethro Okati.
Madonna.
Jethro and Emmanuel Okati at Japan.
But Madonna, it was a competition between Pentecost, Madonna, and then Wesley.
Okay.
Yes, so
interesting.
Yeah, it was a good rivalry.
So
good rivalry. Yeah,
that's a nice
top
one.
Three.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah, of course, Pentecost. Yeah.
So, let's say secondary school kids are watching, and they want to come and do pharmacy because they've been inspired by great pharmacists like your type, Alex Boateng. How would they get into pharmacy? What do they have to do in terms of WASI, in terms of learning, in terms of preparation?
Yeah, the students would have to, be consistent in their studies, and of course, they should bear in mind that sometimes it's not just by our minds, but also by the grace of God, and they need to, be prayerful. In as much as you are praying, you also need to put in the hard work, and then you need to be disciplined. And know that pharmacy is another level. It's not like the SHS. SHS you have to study very hard, but then pharmacy you have to be very, very, very well grilled. Yes, especially in the BPharm days. But then now, despite the fact that the doctor of pharmacy is not as serious as the BPharm, it's still a level ahead of what the SHS are. So the student will have to study really very hard and then make the good grades. At least have an aggregate in the WASI of not less than 08, not less than 07, sorry. Yes. If you want to be a regular student, you have to get at least 07, 06. Yes. Make your C6, 7As, 8As. Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, then you have to prepare to do fee paying. And fee paying to the cost involved is, trust me, it's really high.
Yeah.
It's really high. Like not less than 10,000 Ghana cedis a semester. So it's not really easy. So of course, the student can put in more effort. That should inspire the students should work very hard in order to reduce the financial burden on their parents, because their parents are putting in maximum effort for them to be responsible and well-established professionals and citizens in the future to be able to take good care of them. So they have to also bear that in mind, and then that should inspire them and encourage them to put in extra efforts to study very hard, to make the good grades, to make the high scores, to be able to get to pharmacy. Because for pharmacy, after school, trust me, pharmacy is not like most of the engineering courses where you have to hustle or struggle to get good job opportunities, to get a good job. Yes, pharmacy is a traditional course, and pharmacy, just like the other traditional courses like medicine, dentistry, nursing, you can easily get a job after school. Sure. Of course, for pharmacy, there are 5 main sectors. You have the hospital, the community pharmacy, the regulation, the industry, and also the academia. And most pharmacists find themselves in the community and the hospital pharmacy, and there are a whole lot of community pharmacies and a whole lot of there are more hospital pharmacies coming into the system, more hospitals coming into the system, and hence more hospital pharmacies. So the students should be encouraged that, of course, pharmacy, you don't have to really struggle, or you don't have to really think about the hassle of getting, or the employment hassle after school, because definitely, most likely you get a job. So it's a very good course. It's one of the best courses. Medicine, dentistry, pharmacy, they are the best courses to me. They are the best courses. So I much respect to the other courses, but then of course, in terms of getting a good job, it's rest assured. So they shouldn't really. They should just put in the effort to be able to make the grades, make the good grades, get at least 07, and then get enrolled as a regular pharmacy student.
Okay. So one of my last questions is going to be this. So what do you think about the educational system in Ghana? What reforms, structural reforms, do you think we have to put in based on your experience in Japan and beyond?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think so far the educational system has been quite good, but not the best. Not the best. In terms of even the, that the inclusive educational policy was formulated as part of the 1992 Constitution to, help make education accessible to all and sundry, irrespective of the status, irrespective of where the person is, irrespective of the gender. Yes. But then I think not much work has been done in that area to ensure the equity in the accessibility of education to all in the various corners and vantage points in the country. So I think more work has to be done. I think they should institute more structural and organized mechanisms to, and also build more schools, and then employ more teachers and more, qualified personnels in the various institutions to, make sure that they make quality education available to all and sundry. Yes.
Okay.
So basically, I think more has to be done, and especially with the free education policy, where Akufo-Addo was like, where the president is like, irrespective of the grade that the student gets, he has a right to get free, or to get a free education at the SHS level. I think there should be some limits. Yes, there should be some limit that would help instill the competitive spirit in the students. Because if the student knows that, for when I get a grade 54, I'm still going to get an SHS. I'm still going to get a school, and then I'll be part of the benefits of the free education. They wouldn't really, be inspired to study. So I think at least there should be a cutoff point. Like, let's say, if you're able to get below grade 12 or below grade 20, you'll be given free education. And that would inspire the competitive spirit, and at the same time, reduce the financial burden on the country. So I think they should really look at that. He had so many advisors querying him on that particular decision he made, but then I don't know. So I think that has been a major setback in the new educational reform. So they can review that particular policy and then make some amendments, some necessary amendments to make sure that the free education, although there's free education, but then there should be, a limit, a cutoff point. Yes, and then to also help improve on the economy, to reduce the economic burden on the country.
All right.
Yeah.
So what would you sign out saying? Your last words.
Okay, I would like to thank you, Solomon. I've known you for some time, almost 13, 14 years now, and we've been good friends, and you're really, you're a genius, especially at the basic school level and also the SHS level. You really inspired the competitive spirit in me, and we've achieved a lot through that, through the friendship and through the competitiveness. So, what I would like to say, I would like to thank you for this opportunity, giving me the opportunity to speak on this particular Science as a Show forum, and to help more people, hear my voice, and also to be inspired by my works and by my contribution, my history. Yes, and I would like to encourage all viewers and listeners to always make sure that they put in the maximum effort in whatever they do, and they should be well focused. Of course, they should be well focused. They should be consistent. They should be disciplined, and they should be professional in what they do. If they want to achieve something, they have to make sure that they put in what the maximum effort. Nothing good comes easy. Yes, and they will have to struggle. They have to sweat to be able to get to the top on scratch. So they will have to put in the extra effort, and they will have to be prayerful too. Of course, they shouldn't joke with their spiritual life, and they shouldn't rush in making certain decisions. And then, of course, they shouldn't take their parents for granted. And then, if by God's grace they get to the top, they shouldn't forget about the needy. They shouldn't forget about the needy, and then those on the streets still hustling, because God has given us these gifts. We could have been in their shoes. We could have been them, and they could have been us. But then we are us, and they are them. So as we've been given this opportunity to be able to be responsible people, responsible citizens in the future, we should also try as much as possible to help while we can, as much as we can, to help the needy and those on the streets, and also to be of hope and inspiration to others.
Sure. That's a nice one there. You're a shining light, Alex. Keep it up. As our motto says, Psalm 36 verse 9, for with you is the fountain of life, and in thy light do we see light. Illuminate you.
That's the light. With a most lumen.
Yeah. So we'll continue to shine, even at Brella this year. And you forgot to say a big shout out to your brother of OA.
Exactly.
Your brother of OA is Kodie.
Yeah. But to Daniel, to my brother, especially a brother from my mother's side, actually a cousin, Daniel Yeboah Kodie, who won the Brilla in 2008. Big shout out to him. We still keep in touch. And he's on my. I have his contacts, and we keep in touch from time to time. And then also to his sister as well, Yvette Kodie, and big shout out to them as well. And I'm sure they will watch this show, and they will be happy to see their brother making the headlines.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Sure.
Thank you very much. This has been the Science Digest show, and we'll say that in all your gettings, get God. And this has been the Science Digest show. Science Digest show, proudly supported by SMC Consult, So Much for Christ, Brainwork Educational Consult, Aspire Drinking Water, Fair Clothing, EPP Books, Gasmo, Advocate Healthcare, Meditouch Physiotherapy, and then also Pandit Photography and Therapies. Thank you so much, Alex, for being on the show. We'll stick around on the Science Digest show. Science Digest show, we sign out saying, yam no fake. So let's do it.
Fake.
Yeah. Science Digest show, yam no fake.
Yam no fake.
All right. Thank you, Alex.
All right. You're welcome. Prof. Adam Nana.
Prof. Adam Nana. You're number one scientist and science journalist.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever. All right.
Yeah, sure. Peace. Shalom.
Yeah.
Jerusalem.